Radicals readers. So this book, Awkwardness by Daniel Oliver, is really important, and I'd like to read a passage from it, which basically says awkwardness is great, and it's for my favourite person in Slovenia, and she knows who she is. But it's for anyone who's sort of been um, belittled for being awkward, as many of you are. So, 7 reasons awkwardness is great, and/or 7 great awkwardness to explore in participatory performance, and why I don't need backfilling by someone who's actually really great at facilitation. 1. Awkwardness is great because it exposes something about our desires and our relationship to the desire of others, and our anxiety about their desires and our own desires in relation to them. Participatory performance is an ideal context in which to address and explore our existence as people who want to do things a certain way, and who want other people to do things with us and for us, and who want those people to do those things in a certain way, and who have those wants with an interconnected matrix of other people with other wants. Awkwardness arises when our understanding of our own wants and of the wants of the people around us is muddled up or becomes unclear or unfixed. In these moments, we might be reminded that our own wants are rarely our own wants, but are always entangled with other people's wants, as well as the wants or demands of the system and structures in which we participate. 2. Awkwardness is great because it acts as a prompt to become awkward or continue being awkward, or to become more awkward. Awkwardness can signal a glitch or a gap in the boundaries we presume we are framing and limiting ourselves. Awkwardness here emerges as a call for all of us to test these boundaries, confront our own role in sustaining them. Participatory performance that wields awkwardness in this way allows for participants to discover or even create new possibilities, areas, and experiences from within the performance. Participants do not do this by directly breaking the rules, but by acting awkwardly in response to realization that are complicit in maintaining the rules. Here, the efficiency of awkward, i.e., disruptive, uncomfortable, difficult, situations in participatory performance is connected to the way that they trigger potentially awkward, disruptive, uncomfortable, difficult modes of participation. In these situations, the extent to which participatory performance is open or closed to different or unexpected different kinds of participation, therefore, is not dependent on the level to which an artist signals their intention of openness. Instead, the extent of a project's openness is revealed through the way they handle a particular unexpected or awkward responses. 3. Awkwardness is great for momentarily examining our role in a system or structure from within that system or structure, of having a critical distance whilst also being deep inside. Awkwardness is great because it prompts us to escape from a situation while simultaneously holding us and reflecting us in the complicity in its perpetuation. In this sense, awkwardness is what Xian Jie describes as an ugly feeling, a sensation that tends to be diagnostic rather than strategic, and to be diagnostic concerned with states of inaction in particular, and this is from the book Ugly Feelings, published by Cambridge, Massachusetts and London's Harvard University Press. My argument here, alongside some of the other approaches to celebrating awkwardness, are influenced by Adam Koto's book Awkwardness, where he explains that awkwardness clearly fits in with the general pattern of insight through breakdown, but unlike anxiety and boredom, it doesn't isolate the person who feels awkward. As it already discussed, it just does the opposite, it spreads. And that's from the book Awkwardness by Adam Chotzko, which was published in 2009, wrote PO Books. 4. Awkwardness is great when it is contingent outcome of a spontaneously awkward situation involving awkward people that is embraced rather than outcome. Awkwardness is great when it emerges as a result of particular individuals responding to particular situations by dismissing or overlooking the awkwardness that may arise in any particular participatory performance or art project. We risk excluding those who might trigger such awkwardness. I also discuss this in the essay that follows this introduction. 5. Awkwardness is great for affirming awkward causes, aka motivations, intentions, meanings, and messages that are not fully rounded, full of contradiction, unclear, and unfixed. Awkwardness in participatory performance is great because it is entwined with the overlapping experience of pleasures and anxiety in response to affirmation of acts and causes we do not necessarily comfortably agree with. Affirming awkwardly means maintaining a critical distance with those acts and causes while not disavowing our unavoidable role in their perpetuation. 6. Awkwardness is great in relation to celebrating the ambiguities, flux, and multiplicities of styles, atmospheres, and tones. It can remind us that it is not necessarily the correct tone or atmosphere for social interactivity or correct way of feeling in social spaces. 7. Awkwardness is great in relation to question the capability and authority of the facilitator and choosing an empowering codependency over backfilling. Awkwardness is great because it reminds us of the potential fragility and fallibility of authoritative others. In Enjoy Your System by Slavoj Žižek, sorry, you shouldn't have quoted that, don't. Describe a scene from Charlie Chaplin's Circus in which a split is caused by a mistaken gaze. Quoting from Enjoy Your Symptom, Jack Lacan in Hollywood and Out. Zizek, not my favourite person, says, the tramp on the run from the police finds himself on a rope at the top of the circus tents. He starts to gesticulate wildly, trying to keep his balance, while the audience laughs and applauds, making his desperate struggle for survival, for a comedian's virtuosity, the origin of comedy, to be sought precisely in such blindness, unaware of the tragic reality of the situation. When awkwardness occurs in participatory performance, it has a similar potential to trigger an idea that participants are at a similar mistake, misreading an artist performer or a performer's struggle as a strategic attempt to be challenging. We are confronted with the possibility that those facilitating, guiding, or triggering our interactions are struggling with an incapability or personal limitation. The ambiguity around whether awkwardness emerges through intentionality or incapability might intervene, and participants understand the extent of their responsibilities for themselves and for each other, and for the success of the performance or artwork that they are participating in. Here, awkwardness not only confronts us with our complicity in a situation, but signals the potential that we may need to take charge, or we may unwittingly be in a position of authority. And the following chapter is about awkward alliances. And this book is Awkwards, which you can get from the Live Art Development Agency in an e-format and also as a physical book. And I've also co-written this chapter called Neurodiversity, Fantasy and Revolution, which you can see here, which is a very long piece of writing. I think the longest piece of writing, published writing, since my book, and this book came out last year. So do get this book, and I'm going to do a video now. So I always make Daniel read that bit from the book, and the last event I did at Goldsmith Student Union, Goldsmith Student Union, Daniel read that book in the Student Union, that bit from the book in the Student Union. Now I'm going to make a video saying why Daniel is so important.